So when I perform for many people who have not seen Rakugo before, and this is both in Japan and here in the United States or all over the world, usually start with a little bit of an explanation, and the explanation goes like this. When we perform Rakugo, we use only two props. I'll teach you a little bit of Japanese today. Please repeat after me. In Japanese, we call this sensu. Excellent pronunciation. Especially Japanese people. Very good. In English, we call this a fan. You don't have to say fan. I know you. Yeah. In Japanese, we call this tenugui. In English, we call this a hand towel. Excellent pronunciation. Very good. When we perform Rakugo, we wear special clothing. In Japanese, we call this a kimono. In English, we call this a kimono. When we perform Rakugo, we kneel in this very particular way. In Japanese, we call this seiza. In English, we call this punishment. Then if you have that much of an explanation, you're just pretty well ready to go. I would like to create a little bit of a Japanese atmosphere here today before you all, with your cooperation. When we begin storytelling shows in Japan, we start with a greeting to the audience called aisatsu. And in Japan, when the storyteller goes to bow at the end of this aisatsu, it is a signal to the audience, if the audience is an elite audience, to break out into thunderous applause and to yell Japanese words like "Mattemashita," which means "we've been waiting for you." Even if I haven't particularly kept you waiting, you still yell this. So I'll do the aisatsu in Japanese. I'll translate everything that I do in Japanese this evening into English for those of you who don't speak Japanese, but in Japanese the aisatsu goes like this. Are you ready to start? Japanese atmosphere right here. In Japanese we say this. 皆様ご来場いただきありがとうございます。厚く御礼を申し上げます。私こう見えても落語家なんです。桂三子。改め六代桂文士の15番目の弟子の桂さんに輝くと書きまして、桂サンシャインでございます。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。Thank you. Very elite audience. I never get that response in Japan. Thank you so much. I'm glad I had you do that. So the same greeting translated directly into English goes something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. So sometimes English is a little bit shorter. Then we have other standard greetings in Japan that we use all the time at formal occasions, including storytelling shows like this. 皆様遠いところからお忙しい中お越しいただきまして恐縮でございます。In English, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express to you at this time my sincerest gratitude for you having taken the trouble today to come and see me from a faraway place at a busy time in your lives. So sometimes English is longer. Now this is no problem. In Japan, we use this kind of greeting at formal occasions all the time. 皆様遠いところからお忙しい中 faraway place, busy time in your lives. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the trouble to come. 遠いところからお忙しい中 Use it all the time. Nobody thinks twice about it. Doesn't always work in every other country. I was performing about 8 years ago in my hometown of Toronto in Canada for about 1,000-seat theater. Beautiful theater, the Winter Garden Theater. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming from a faraway place at a busy time in your lives. And one little boy in the third row stood up and called out to me, "Oi, sunshine, I'm not busy. If I was busy, I would not be coming here to see you."